So welcome to IPHA's Interprofessional Health Talk, and this is basically an interview series where we interview different students, organizations, professionals in the healthcare field, and the purpose of this talk is to expose students to the different fields available and to help them make a more informed decision about their future. It's not just medicine, it's not just nursing, it's more than that. And I'm Dina.
And I'm Jenna. And today we have members from the Frontline First Team. And basically, they're an Ottawa-based initiative that seeks to decrease the shortage in supplies and PPE within the region. So we have Alexa, she's the president. We have
Hi.
Smile, which is the vice president.
Hi.
We have Anna, the logistics director, and Brenda, the fundraising executive. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. We would love if you guys could tell us more about yourselves and your roles within Frontline First.
Okay. So I started this initiative back when COVID-19 was just starting off. And especially back then, there was definitely a real shortage of PPE. And I know personally, I have some family members who work in the healthcare field, and they were telling us about how they would have to reuse masks, or they just didn't have enough of those supplies. So I definitely wanted to try my best to help these people.
Hi, I'm Swell, and I'm the vice pres. In school, I'm at U of T, and I'm doing engineering science. So I feel like Alexa brought me onto the team. She discussed a lot of the ideas with me, and we're like, this is great. I think it'd be so great to help our community since all these healthcare workers are really sacrificing a lot.
My name's Anna, and I just graduated high school, and I'm starting a university at Ottawa in the fall. I'm doing biomedical science, and I saw Frontline First online. I saw their initiative. I found it through Instagram, and I thought it was such an interesting initiative where, people my age, a little bit older than me, were having such an immense impact on their community. And I really wanted to get engaged in this organization.
Well, I'm Brenda. I'm going into my fourth year of biomedical sciences, minoring in chemistry, so that's pretty cool. I think everything for me happened very serendipitously. Which is pretty cool going through life, you kind of just hope that things just happen, good things happen. So I guess this was one of those things.
And recently you guys held your webinar. It was an amazing webinar. It was so successful. Me and Jenna both were there, and it was so insightful and well organized, and it actually inspired this interview. And jumping straight into that, could you tell us a little bit about the organization process, from finding your speakers to the sponsors? I know, Anna, you touched a little bit about on it being an interactive process. Could you talk to us about that as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I think we first started thinking about the idea for the conference a little over a month before we actually put it together and had the date. So it was honestly kind of crunch time. Usually these big conferences with speakers and panelists take months to plan. So this was really intimidating and ambitious at first, and we were a little bit nervous, but with a good solid team and lots of communication, we managed to pull it off. So we started off by kind of thinking about a theme for the conference, and we decided to emphasize the importance of diversity in medicine, because we realized that diversity can have so many different interpretations. You can have racial diversity, gender diversity, especially in our day and age. It's really important to emphasize that as people are seeking out careers, the importance of diversity in STEM, as well as the diversity of career options.
Thank you guys so much, honestly. And I'm so glad that Brenda and Anna, you guys touched on this, which is there is no mold for a career path. Everybody has so many different ways to reach what they want to do, and it's more of a unique journey for yourself. And I feel our generation is more open to that idea of there isn't a cookie cutter way of doing things.
And I also think that another really great driving force for us is just to see the feedback that we've gotten from the different medical professionals. So for example, we've gotten a couple of letters, we've gotten a couple of emails. For example, we got one just the other day from the CEO of the Ottawa hospital. And I don't even really know how he got our contact information, but he was just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, this means so much to us. And, originally, like, this isn't what we were doing it for. Like, we weren't doing it for praise or anything, but just seeing it was definitely extremely, extremely rewarding on everything that we have been doing.
It's very insightful. So starting an initiative with your scale must have been pretty challenging. We kind of touched on a few challenges you guys faced, but what would you say was the most challenging aspect of starting the initiative?
I think one of the major things once I got on board was like everyone was like, Brenda, you're really good at like editing and like creating stuff. Like, let's push out that sponsorship or donation package. And so like I was like working at hours on end trying to make it like perfect. And after that, I think it was like that was like our biggest barrier. And if we got through that, because after that we just like mass emailed everybody, every company, everybody we know. I mass emailed all my profs, and it was just. It kind of like helped legitimize our cause, but then also show like what we're trying to achieve, our timeline. Like, that was a really big thing.
How do you balance your time with studying and like all the other commitments that you have outside of being an executive member? And being an exec is a lot of work, especially because it's a new initiative. We've never seen anything like it before, and it's completely student run. So if you guys could touch on a little bit on that.
For us, we've established open communication. So at first, especially with like Brenda and Anna, any like new members joining, we really emphasize when we just first meet with them and first call with them that if you have anything that you can't work for like a week or like you can't help out for like a certain days, like let us know. Mm-hmm. We're very accepting of that and we'll support you, we'll help you out. Like, we're very understanding. So for us, like, we won't blame someone and be like, oh my God, why didn't you respond on like Tuesday? Like, you were supposed to get this done. But like, instead we're like, oh, do you need time to do this project? Like, totally understandable, like work on it. We all understand that we have different things going on in our lives. Like, I'm working, I'm also taking a course. So like, I know that they all know that sometimes I just need to take some time off from Frontline First, and everyone has the same attitude and perspective on that. So I think for the team, that works really well for us.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that too. I found like we're very like flexible, like on the open communication thing. Like, if I have multiple projects that I'm doing, like unrelated to Frontline First, like even with like not like sometimes I'm not a person to like really talk about what I'm doing, because like I like to try my best to be humble and like everything, but they're like Alexa and Smile are very like understanding, and like they're very flexible, and like we all try to like understand each other's differences and everything. That like if I'm like busy, I'll just be like, okay, like hey guys, like I'm kind of busy today, I'm doing something, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, yeah. It's a healthy dynamic to say.
Could you guys tell us about like your future events or like your future plans for Frontline First?
Yeah, so we have the community care project going on. We kind of launched that around the same time as the conference, and because the conference happened like earlier on, we wanted to kind of focus on that more. But now that we've completed that, we want to focus more on our community care project. Mm-hmm. So basically, we have a form on our website that anybody can fill out if they know of or work at a long-term care home or wind shelter or anything like that. They can just fill out what they want in terms of in-kind donations or PPE and just a little paragraph about why. And based on that, we just filter through everything. And then we had actually a delivery today to the Pearly Rito Center, Veterans Healthcare Center. And tomorrow we are also visiting, myself and another team member, we're visiting a staff barbecue at the Hazeldean Gardens retirement or long-term care home. So yeah, those are exciting. And in the future, we hope to also go to more places and give back to the community even more.
Yeah, and I think like a big like motivation to continue on and work on projects like this is because we really believe that boosting, even like a little boost in morale, goes a long way, just because these people might not be, let's say, like doctors or like nurses at the hospitals, but they do also have a huge impact on our community as well. So we thought that just giving them a little bit of just positivity would also just make their days, hopefully make their jobs, maybe just make it more enjoyable, maybe just seeing them a bit happier. Yeah. So that's what we're going for.
Another thing we have to anticipate is that it's possible that we have a second wave of the virus. So we definitely want to like keep that in mind and kind of consider that when we're planning out how we're going to like organize the rest of our funds, because right now it's like a little bit of a grace period where, you know, we're entering right now in Ontario, we're entering stage 3, like at least in Ottawa. Like the pandemic has kind of calmed down a bit right now. But we kind of have to anticipate that this might not like last, this like period of like happiness where everything is like looking more optimistic and hospitals aren't really as much in need of PPE right now. But we have to like understand that like the situation could change. So we have to keep that in mind when we're planning out how we're going to allocate the rest of our funds and when we're going to plan out the next deliveries to hospitals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something to keep in mind with an organization that's currently working with the pandemic. Thank you guys so much for being here and taking the time to share your thoughts, and congratulations on the successful webinar. It was truly, truly great. And for people who are interested in like working with you or reaching out, where would they find you?
So they can email us at frontlinefirst2020@gmail.com. And so basically they would just send us a little email and then we'll just send 3 questions back to answer. And yeah.
Yeah, and to keep up with any updates, you guys can find us on our Instagram at frontlinefirst_ and on our Facebook, Frontline First Ottawa, I believe.
We're always looking for more donations and more support from our community. So really like every dollar counts, every cent counts. So yeah, we're slowly creeping up towards our goal of raising $10,000. So the GoFundMe is like slowly building up momentum. So yeah, definitely be great to keep that going.
Yeah, and you can find the GoFundMe on our website. And yeah, and in terms of in-kind donations, I think overall we're gonna put out a post that we've reached 50K. But in terms of like monetary donations towards PPE, we're definitely still working on that specific goal.
Yeah, and our website, by the way, is frontlinefirst.ca.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Everyone, please be sure to check them out on their website and to donate to their cause. We'll link everything to your GoFundMe, to your website, and your socials. And thank you guys again for sharing your stories and taking time out of your day. You guys are all busy. And thanks to everyone for tuning in to another episode of Interprofessional Health Talk. Follow us on our socials at UOttawa IPHA, and we wish everyone a great week.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks
for it.